Hey, Destin, I'm really excited to talk with you and have you be able to share your story with a bunch of other people who are also interested in enrolling on our course or are currently in it and trying to get some motivation to finish. So, how about you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, sure. My name's Destin. I finished Course Careers not too long ago, but before that, my job experience was typically around sales, customer service positions. I went from being a busboy to working at a vape shop, having to know the product, sell the product, to working at a bowling alley, being the front desk worker. And so one day I was tired of everything, and so I said I want an office job. This is what I want. I'm tired of having to deal with these dumb people. So I decided, hey, let me just look up office jobs near me, and then Course Careers popped up, and I went through the course, and I'm not looking back now. I just got an internship. So,
Awesome, man. And would you be able to pull your mic a little bit closer? It sounds like it's starting to cut in and out a little bit. It's probably better.
yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. Awesome, man. So you were searching up office jobs because you wanted to get out of the bowling alley, really a background in retail, and you dropped out of college.
Yeah,
Um,
correct. I didn't mention that, but yeah.
gotcha. Okay, so you dropped out of college, and how old were you when you dropped out of college? How old are you now?
I think when I dropped out of college, this was 2020. So I was about 19 or 20, and I'm 21 now.
Gotcha. Okay, so now you're 21 years old. You have this background in retail, and tell us about your experience in rolling in course careers. What made you decide to enroll? Did you think it was legit or not? Could you share that experience with us?
Yeah, no, sure. So when I found out when I saw the all the information about course careers online, I decided, okay, well, is there a number for me to contact? Is there someone I can talk to? Then sure enough, you did have your number on the site. So I ended up texting Troy, and I was saying, hey, I would just like to get some more information about the course, find out if this is actually something I'm interested in, and on top of that, find out if it's something that's actually legit. So we went back and forth, and he said, hey, you know what? You can sign up, and within a week, if you think it's not legit, we'll refund you the money back. Everything's good. And so I went, what's there to lose? And so went to the meetings. It really seemed legit. I started doing the course material, all the modules he had. Also looks legit. And then he reached out to me again. He was saying, all right, how do you feel? And I went, I think it's legit, but something's still slightly holding me back. And so he went, how about I set a past student? I pull him in the Discord and we all talk one of the meetings. I went, brilliant. Uh, and then ever since then, it's been great. The course is really great. You learn a lot. Just make sure you show up to the meetings. They're really helpful. I guess it's the small groups now. Talk to the people, ask your questions, practice together. Those are the key things you got to do, and it's going to be smooth sailing from there.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I know you are one of our more skeptical students. It's like, it sounds too good to be true. What do you mean you just pay $500, go through a course, and
Yeah,
you get a job in technology sales? Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, sure
absolutely.
enough.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure enough, here I am with an internship that's paying pretty well. So
Awesome, man. Okay, so you're going through the course material. Is it complex? Is it difficult? What's your experience like actually learning it?
So some parts of it were a little bit, I guess, complex, but it really wasn't anything too difficult. Even when some things I were a little bit confused on, I had you as a resource on top of the videos of you explaining the material as a resource. I had everyone going through the course with me to talk to, so if I ever was feeling lost or a little confused, I always knew it's only to be that way for a fraction of a time. So it was nothing to worry about.
Awesome. So you're going through the course, learning the material, and once you finish, can you tell us about like were you confident you're gonna be able to land a job once you finished? And did you apply to companies? What was that interview process like? Can you just kind of walk us through the whole 9 yards from immediately once you finished to once you started going through the interview process?
Yeah, sure. So when I finished the course, I had all this information, and I was like, okay, is this actually something that is gonna be useful? Because even though course Troy says all the time, all of his past students, they say nonstop, it doesn't matter if you have a college degree or not, as long as you know how to do the job, they're going to hire you. So I kept that in mind, and I applied to only 2 companies. I applied to one company, and that I made some headway in, but then I think at a certain point I decided I don't know if this was for me.
Mhm.
The second company I applied for was the one I got hired for, no before. I fell in love with the company, just what they were selling. They're based in cybersecurity, and as you can see, I like technology. I like cybersecurity. So went went forth with that, and they hired pretty quick for me. I had one interview with a hiring manager, and she really liked me. She think I knocked it out the park that interview. Which thanks to Troy, he has a whole course section about that. Pay attention to that. And then the second interview was with her and who a lady who was going to be my manager. And she asked me a lot of questions about, you know, what do you think in your, if you were to put it in your words, what do you think a sales cadence is? And I'm like, oh, I know this one. Don't you worry. So, answer to the question. She was like, okay. I'm like, oh God, she's giving me, like, oh, I messed it up. And then, she asked me more and more questions like, okay, how would you, if you're cold calling someone, how would you talk to them? What sort of, like, pretend to do a call with me,
Yeah.
We went through with that, and I felt like I thought I did bad in that too. I didn't think I was like, I'm just not doing good. I'm not going to get this position. And then, a 30-minute meeting, they said, okay, this is basically the last interview you're going to have with us. We hire on really quick. So you're either going to find out by today or tomorrow that
Mhm.
either A, you have the job. We're going to send you a cover letter, or B, we're just going to tell you, hey, sorry, you don't, I don't think you're for us. Sure enough, I was woken up to a phone call saying, hey, congratulations, you got the part. So listen to
Wow.
the course. Troy knows what he's talking about.
Awesome, man. And the first company you interviewed with, that was were you even done with the course at that point?
I was about like 98, 99% done with the course, but I don't think I reached out to them. I think they reached out to me first. Just because of the way I had my LinkedIn set up, which Troy gave me tips about that. He has videos in the course. So we all talked about that a lot. So just, people trying to reach out to me to hire me because of something Troy told me and Troy helped me with was like, I'm gonna try one at least. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, so you're not even you're almost finished the course, like 98% of the way. You already have companies reaching out to you, wanting to hire you. Not our partner employers, by the way, so I don't really suggest it. Uh, anyways,
yeah.
so I mean that one, you decide that actually I'm going to interview with this know before company, one of our partner employers. Immediately goes well. You get a job offer. Can you tell us a little bit about the offer, like how much money you're making? What's the duration? What's the expectation after you finish the internship? All that.
Yeah, sure. So, starting off, because they told me like, "Hey, you knocked out that interview. Like, you knocked it out the park. You smashed it." And I was like, "No way!" But thanks. They went, "Yeah, so you knocked it out, and because you do have all this, knowledge and this education with sales, and in regards to an SDR, we're gonna start you off at 20 an hour." And
Wow.
I went, "Yeah, not gonna reject that. Cool." They said that the internship is going to take 3 months long. Uh, I'm pretty sure I could be wrong that you might be able to fast track the internship at a certain point. If they think you're really killing it, they'll hire you as an SDR full time right there.
Wow.
Um, but expectations are for me at one point or another to be an SDR. I think they said with me, my expectations they have for me is to go into the SMB position.
Mhm.
Um, and some of my responsibilities are I'm gonna have to make sure that there's not multiple copies of the same company in our system. gonna have, if that is the case, I'm gonna have to scrub some out, delete some, make sure all the information is correct. On top of that, I'm going to have to find companies. I'm gonna have to find people to contact in these companies. I'm gonna have to keep trying to get in contact with them via different ways. You
Mhm.
got emails, you got LinkedIn messages, all the generalized ones. And on top of that, once I finally do make contact with them, try to set up a meeting. And as soon as I got that done with, I pass it on to my SDR or my AE, just someone above me who's more authorized to handle that position within our organizational structure in the company.
Awesome. Yeah. So I mean, they're pretty much fast tracking you to become an SDR. The expectation is you do a decent job in the internship and prove yourself. Pretty much a guarantee you'll be able to get that position, right?
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. Especially because right now they just have me going through training, mostly about their policies for their company, but they also do expect me. Uh, they're treating me as if all the interns, not specifically me, that we have zero knowledge on it, on any of the stuff we're doing. So they're teaching us everything back up again. So majority of the stuff that Troy teaches you in the course, they make you redo it again,
Yeah.
which is great because that's just basically an easy A plus on my tests. And then it's just I can knock them out and get the ball rolling almost immediately.
For sure, for sure. And after you transition into a permanent position, how much do you think you could expect to make?
Yeah, so I definitely expect to be able to make somewheres ballpark above 60, 70,000, just on base salary plus commissions. But always, I mean, there's no cap on the commissions. So, one of the top performing salesmen of 2021, he was in the highest branch of the sales team. I forget the name. You know the title.
Yeah.
But he made 700,000. Guys, make 700,000 in 1 year just from talking to people about a product that you basically gonna know the ins and outs of within a couple weeks for $500 on a 3-month online intensive course. Come on.
Yeah, it's it's really a no-brainer. So it's almost hard to comprehend like that it's possible. That's why a lot of people think like it just can't be legit. It's literally too good to be true. So, but it's
Absolutely.
like, guys, I mean, it literally it works. Talk with our students, reach out to Destin personally, like send him a message on LinkedIn, ask him like, hey, was that like a fake interview?
Yeah, message me on LinkedIn. I do need to update my LinkedIn to say that I currently am enrolled in like an internship. I haven't done that yet. On
Mhm.
top of that, if you are in the Discord, you see my name right here, Destin Calais. I'm in the Discord. Feel free to shoot me a message there. I'll probably join in on the Discords every now and then. Once in a while, if I see people are there, just hang out. Try to help them better understand. Try to help them with their practice on cold calling or interviews. Like Troy
Mhm.
has taught me everything he knows, and if he's not there one time and he needs someone to step in, I will do my best to be the Troy of the day.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate it. And one more question. Could you share with us how you think this job is going to change your life and where you see yourself going over the next 5 years?
Oh man, I mean, I never really thought that I could land a high-paying job on my own. Um, I always just thought, well, I'm a college dropout. I could follow with what my dad does as a career, but I kind of want to do my own thing. So being able to find something and already like it's projecting high, 5-digit range for your how much money you're making, like that's gonna change my life. So within the next 5 years, I expect myself to be financially very stable. And realistically, within 5 years, I should be able to have bought a house, which I mean is crazy right now to think of, just because like with all the house pricings going up and down, and but I expect my life to basically do a complete 180 and just only up.
That's awesome, man. I'm really glad to hear it. And that's why we do what we do. And is there any one piece of advice you'd give for any students thinking about enrolling but haven't taken the plunge yet?
If you have the dedication to do it, if you have the time to do it, just you really have nothing to lose. I mean, the course material is really very simple. It's just every now and then it's going to get a little challenging because you're trying to remember 80 plus definitions. You're trying to remember exactly what everything means. But even then, even if you don't remember exactly everything, you're going to be fine because majority of the time the company is going to reteach you, and even then you probably aren't going to be using all these words a lot. So it's going to look scary. It's going to look like a lot, but trust me, you'll be fine.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate it, Destin. Thanks again for sharing your story. And I know the students really appreciate it too.
No problem.